Hey guys, Cruising It Egg back with more Final Fantasy XIV bullshittery. And we're back with another arc in the sagas. We're going back to the Hildibrand quest line. So anyway, when we last left off, we had just found Hildibrand lying in the snow in Kurthus, and we found with him Gigi, the black mage mammoth. I'm loving these chips. Anyways, we're gonna get right down to it because Seer's right here, and he's got stuff for us. I pray this day finds you well, Chris. Or at least better than it finds me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammoth to me. 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all. And who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold? Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? I mean, I guess. Fury be praised. At least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I'm given to understand that while the inspector and his assistants have been wandering all over the city with the mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortaunt Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. Why me? I just want to check the patch notes on this right quick. Yep. Okay. So these will be fairly quick. To the last vigil. What's with the Lalafell sitting there? Go figure. And there they are. Verily shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells! Just so. Such is the creed of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, expector extraordinaire. Oh God, he's got him doing it with him. Well posed, Gigi. Well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you to surrender that mammoth suspected of heretical origin into my custody. Why, hello there, Chris. And Inquisitor Seer, ever the jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic when 'tis plain to see that he is merely a precocious young lad.
Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl.
As if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. Nashu, please. Were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandevillian masculinity mere moments ago? That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. Dipsticks, the whole lot of them. Master Valentine? Inquisitor Seer? What is all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Lord Edmond! My sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I'm come to seize this mammon on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi is a boy or a girl? 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no? Fury take me, not you too! Has the whole world gone mad? Fine. But even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation? He was bonked in the head with a hammer by Godbert. I see. Until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Mandeville. I will even stand as witness here and now if you wish. What? Adopt? Then that would make me Gigi's father? Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Mandeville. Papa Hildy! Papa Hildy! The inspector's finally become a father! It's so wonderful! Quite. Now that you no longer fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmond. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son. We must away. Idiots! The whole lot of them! Oh, Halone, I would not presume to question your grand design, but... Gah! Confound it all! Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoth, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle in another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. Alright, let's go follow those fuckers around. According to the map, they're somewhere here to the northwest, which means I've got to jump a bridge. Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Isgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Durin, House Durin, Tempersti? Pray do not fill the mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain that there is no House Durin Mea Tempsati, and that is a rather ludicrous portmanteau of the four houses, including that esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? No, nothing. I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. We're basically giving this thing a tour of fucking Ishgard. Splendid specimens of horsebird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. These chocobos are the pride of the Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos. It might help. It didn't. You know, just because you found him in a Kurthan snowbank, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to try taking him to the market and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Hey. But I want one! I want one! Buy me a chocobo, please, Father! Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Am I that strange-looking? Oh dear. Now we have to teach poor Gigi the virtues of diversity. Alright, off to the jeweled crozier. Why bother? It's no use. No, Gigi. You must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and the eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits! Hildibrand, you idiot. My word! A vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon! Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? Not one waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps? At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil. Oh, at last assessment. 'Twas over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million gil? Oh, Halone, why have you forsaken me? Whoa, what the frick?
Well, would you look at that?
Gigi just did that. That just happened. It's a miracle! Nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself!
Did I do that?
Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous! You're a born artisan just like father!
Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps of noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he could do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours.
Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it.
This mammoth.
Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil, and the Duke's price of spars. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price.
Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth.
Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You are my son. You're a Mandeville man.
Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Mandeville girl through and through. Stop it, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama.
Well, it is only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I.
I say we find out what's got him thinking he's a mammoth.
But he is a mammoth! How can you not... Oh, never mind. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son.
That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead.
He's only done one of those things. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. We should begin by speaking with the sentries stationed at the city gates in the airship landing. If Fury help us, he has left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup here and share our findings. Dismissed! Alright, off to Sky Steel Manufactory. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Hate when I do that.
Steals your chips, hee hee.
Hello, Trexie! I just know that's you because you're the only one who steals food from me.
LOL.
Well, let's see if Gigi went this way.
How you doing?
Doing good. Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat? Ah, he came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them... What's his name? Lalafelds, right? Funny little buggers. Seem keen to be anywhere but here. Well, if Gigi left the city, he was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. Well, apparently this guard found something. Falcon's Nest? Fury, take me! We must return to that Must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him, and find him, and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it came clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Kurthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where we first found him. Home to his heretic masters, to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch!
Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl.
It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voice him explicitly. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Mandeville way. Alright, that's fine. I'm in Falcon. Let's look for it. So, yeah, I'm doing good, Trexie. Just hanging out. How about you?
Been gaming and hoping for Adam.
Cool. Aha! I knew it! The Mehmet immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics!
I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi when he came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpapa I might like to see that trick of hers.
Brilliant deduction, Nachu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The self-same ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father. What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandevilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. And why are you waiting for Adam? Why aren't you waiting for Nebula Realms? Tracks continue to the north. No, I'm just gonna make it quick for myself. Oh God, no. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed.
My head. Oh, it's you. You followed me.
Oh, Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball,
I'll talk
much
to
like
you
these
later, bite your
Steinbocks.
face.
It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandibles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven head first into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions. Several times from arms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Aww. He's like, are you sure you don't have brain damage? I expect the Earth was no less brilliant for the experience. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind. What good fortune to cross paths with you lot, art so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us?
Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert! Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you... Who, Grandpapa Godbert? Grant me life. Make me a real boy.
Oh, gods. Now bullshittery is afoot. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little.
I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy.
He's backing up because he doesn't want to deal with the shit. Then let us begin. The fuck?
This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you.
Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Paragot, guide my hammer! And only Julian and I are the ones left standing. The fuck? This is bullshit! Oh, God. Oh, my God. No. Just no. No. Let's take a pause from the cutscene for a minute to just gaze at this bullshittery for a minute while I take a drink of this God, that's good stuff. You know what? One more sip just for good, just for good measure. There we go. All right, let's continue with this bullshittery.
Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man.
Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Oh, gods, really?
Papa Hildy!
Gigi! Oh, gods. I think I'm gonna barf. Wait for it. Oh! Clotheslined! Well, that's a new face for Hildibrand. This is such bullshit. Now that brings back some memories.
Papa Hildy? Oh dear! Who could have done such a thing?
These weren't as good as the old ones.
Yeah, I know. They weren't as funny either. Lisa? By the Fury! It's just like the vase all over again! Miraculously restored to its original form! Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable.
And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth?
If that's what you've been... Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Mandeville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor. A gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Mandeville mammoth." Oh, gods. This is such bullshit. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Mandeville. Ye gods! I knew he is fond of the mammoth, but did you hear that woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son!
Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert!
It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. You know, Julian hasn't said anything. Oh, she's got the giant frying. And what's so bloody grand about it? Oh, you guys are fucked.
I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy.
Fury, take me. I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think that it was something far worse. Heretical like as not, but Rose be damned! I'm not risking my life to find out! They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How the house could rise to such prominence I will never understand. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a mammoth could even have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth! Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury, take me! Their idiocy is infectious! I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it! Follow procedure, report to your superior. One step at a time. One step at a time. Yep, have fun with that. And who the fuck are they? Man, those chips are good. Right then. My superiors, having been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Mandeville, as witnessed by House Forton, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the mammoth is the product of heretical machinations, and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories, and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Mandeville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase and itself to its original form. Reconstructed magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I have ever seen before. So, what are we up to next time? So yeah, that's it. Hopefully we'll find out more. Let's see. Is there anything else we can frickin' do with this patch? I mean, really, I think I've covered pretty much everything. I think I'm all caught up. Yep. So I guess the next few episodes will be... Yeah.
Alex Savage.
What? Alex Savage? Well, I could do Alexander Savage, but I'm not really sure about it just yet. But the next few episodes will be special episodes. As I continue to clear up any and all loose ends in the and everything. We'll start off with the Realm Reborn content, frickin' churning up loose.
Savage.
We'll start off with the Realm Reborn content. See what we can see what we missed. And then we'll come back to Heavensward and everything. I will bring back Bayon for a little bit, because I know that there's plenty I can do with him. And I think I've got a little bit of Warring Triad Saga to do, but we'll see. But until then, Krillsnik X out!